الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين الآثمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له رب العالمين وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله الأمين اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. All you who believe, have taqwa to Allah and be conscious to Allah as you should be, and do not die except in the state of Islam. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. ثم أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كلام الله تعالى وأحسن الهدي هدي سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one true God. We all praise Him and we thank Him for His bounties and grace, and we all resort to Him for help and assistance. Whomever Allah Azza wa Jalla guides, no one can misguide, and whomever He leaves astray, no one can show guidance. فَاللَّهُمَّ اهْدِنَا الصِّرَاطَ الْمُسْتَقِيمِ. O Allah, show us the straight path. Give us the power and energy to continue to remain on the straight path, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Allahumma ameen. Dear believers, أيها الإخوة المؤمنون, I gave a short speech a few days ago after Salat al-Isha about عبودية الهاتف أو التكنولوجيا والإنترنت, servitude of technology. And I was asked by many people to give it in khutbah al-Jum'ah, as it was kind of important. So I'm sharing with you some thoughts, views in the most part about this topic. هذه وجهة نظر لا يعني بالضرورة أنها قيلت على المنبر أن هذا حكم شرعي أو أن هذا يعني الطريق الذي ينبغي أن يتبع، لكنها وجهة نظر. It's not, as it is said on the minbar, it does not necessarily reflect an Islamic ruling or way, but it is rather a view to be considered. Technology. We live in the digital age. We live in the age of technology. We live in the age of smartphones. And it becomes part of our life, very important part of our lives. A big portion of our day we spend with technology. Before we go to sleep, the first thing we wake up in the morning with, and throughout the day. So, some words I personally, when I was researching this, I found kind of hard, but in the life of some people, it is like that. When we talk about servitude or slavery for this technology, it is like that for some people. If we want to check that, let's review those points. When your smartphone, when your phone becomes the last thing that you check, not only check, that you spend half an hour at least. With some people it's 40 minutes or an hour, maybe 2 hours. When you spend all of that time as the last thing before you close your eyes, even as your eyes are closing, as you're sleeping, you're halfway asleep, but you still look at the screen of your smartphone, then there is something wrong, that the technology is getting over our life. When the smartphone and the technology takes big portion of our time that previously we used to spend with our families, with our friends, with people who are close to us, and now we are busy on Twitter, Facebook, and various other groups and chatting rooms and what have you, then there is probably something wrong. When most of our talks becomes virtual, online, either texting or on WhatsApp or here or there, rather than face-to-face thing, then probably we need to think about the hadith of the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam when he's saying تَبَسُّمُكَ فِي وَجْهِ أَخِيكَ. You smiling at the face of your Muslim brother is sadaqah. Does this apply to sending a smiley face? Well, it needs some ijtihad from some scholars. When you send a smiley face to someone else, but still it doesn't go 100% hand in hand with fi wajhi akhika, in the face of your Muslim brother. So most, when it becomes, most of our communication dialogues become virtual rather than face-to-face, eye contact, then probably we need to rethink about that. When we are close to be crazy, when we go literally crazy, when we can't locate our phone, where is my phone? Where is my iPad? Where is this and that? And if we lost the phone for a couple of minutes, we're not able to locate it, and then we ask everybody to give me, to call your phone so you can find it, and you get really mad when you are not able to locate it for a while, or when you go crazy as well if the Wi-Fi is not working or the coverage of the company is not there, then probably the technology is somehow taking over our life. When we are not able to fully enjoy the beauty around us with our own eyes, the natural lenses that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, which is much more sophisticated, by the way, than any other cameras. When we see the world through the camera of your phone, and you take images and you just share with other people rather than enjoying it yourself in the first place, then there is also something wrong that's going on in our life, and there's some kind of superiority and control for technology over our life. When parents حين يبذل الآباء جهد خرافي لإقناع الأبناء على سبيل المثال أن يذهبوا إلى مناسبة معينة من حفل زواج أو وليمة أو كذا أو كذا، أي شيء مما فيه تواصل بين الناس وجها لوجه، ويستغرقهم الأمر جهد حثيث حتى يقنعوا الأبناء، فهناك مشكلة. There is a problem when parents try to convince their kids and youth to join them for some kind of occasion where people will meet. They will take some food together. They will have some contact, physical contact together, being in one room, having some social activities. But the kids prefer to stay on the iPad or iPhone or the internet or playing video games. Then there's also some question marks that we need to check in there. When the world becomes for our even little kids as something to be touched, everything is by touch right now. They touch anything and everything, and they expect everything to go by touch. Then we need to rethink about what technology is doing to our life. When you see two friends or two spouses, a husband and wife, or one family, and everybody, even though they would be sitting in one gathering, in one room, in the same place, but everybody is just behaving as a mummy, behaving like a statue that's always looking down into something in his hand or her hand or into the computer, then we need to look up, to get back to look up at each other, at the faces of each other. When that's definitely ruining the relationship of husband and wife, parents and kids. ترى الزوجين، ترى الأصدقاء، ترى الناس الذين كانوا يقضون الوقت معنا يتسامرون يتحدثون وجها لوجه، فصار كل منهم كالمومياء أو كالتمثال ينظر في هاتفه لا يكاد يتحرك لساعات. And all of a sudden you see somebody laughing. It's a big laugh. What's going on? Everybody's looking at him. What's going on? Somebody is sending him a joke, or somebody is... So let's have physical. Let's get back to have our physical kind of relationship, actual relationship, rather than the virtual relationship. Discussions, live discussions, rather than virtual discussions. When we get to the level of you feel there is a hole in your memory right now, you cannot remember as you used to, you cannot remember even little things, you are not able to remember a lot of things in your life, then probably technology has taken over our life. When people lack the curiosity to read and to have a relationship with the book, but they would spend all of that time that they would previously spend with the book trying to get knowledge from authentic sources, they would spend it on Google, on other websites, regardless of their authenticity, then there's also some kind of takeover by technology in our life. When we tend to share everything, to shatter our privacy by our own hands. When people choose to shatter their own privacy, their own independence with their own hands, when they share almost all the details of their life. كل تفاصيل الحياة، يكاد يكون كل تفاصيل الحياة. تزوجت، لا طلقت، لا أصبت بحادث، لا أنا الآن جاءتني هدية، ويلتقط صورة لكل شيء حتى الأولاد. يعني زوجتي وضعت، الآن هي بخير. لا تحدي update. Always you update what's happening. I got a gift. This is the gift that I got. This is a failure that happened to me. This is a so you are sharing your privacy yourself. You are publicizing your private life into the world, and that's probably or definitely got a lot of implications and a lot of consequences that if you do not find right now, you will see later. When we when our sessions and our social life loses its meaning in the past 5-10 years ago, we used to talk, we used to discuss, we used to enjoy, a husband and wife enjoy talking to each other. Friends enjoy talking to each other, but now they would rather enjoy, texting or being in this virtual world in a way or another. Then we are losing some dimensions of our lives, at least the social life. When the very simple calculations that somebody in the middle school or high school would easily do, but now we tend to just grab our phone and get into the calculator to do these simple, math things. Then probably we need to check how technology is taking over our life. And now technology and the masjid, it's definitely affecting us in our ibadah, in our places of worship. It's with us, it's with me. In fact, I'm preparing most of my khutbah based on the internet, and I'm using iPad in here. And actually the computer right there is broadcasting it on YouTube right now. So it's part of our ibadah anyway. And some other dimension of it is everybody of us, every single person of us. I can, guarantee you, or let me say, sweeping majority of us will have some kind of a smartphone or any phone, and any phone is, can ring at any time. And I would say, as I'm the imam, almost in every single salah, there is a phone that, come off a ring with different, ringtones and stuff. Then probably this was not there 10 years ago, for example, or a little more than this. So it's coming to us. When you see people in salawat, during the salah itself, here, as I said in the beginning, for those who did not attend from the beginning, I'm just saying my view. And it's more of an observation for what's going on rather than being ra'yi shar'i or a legal Islamic view or so. Phone becomes now part even of our salah. We look at our phone, you see people carrying the phone in their salah. When the notification comes on and the updates come on and you email coming on, ring, this kind of buzz thing coming for you, message or something, and this is enough for you to cut and interrupt your conversation that you have with someone else. Then again, this and much more other things, this should have a stop. Because of all of this, we should have a stop into, our life and think what's going on. That's not to say that technology is bad, or technology is haram, or technology is some kind of an evil thing. It's not. But rather it becomes such an important thing, an important part of our life, that we have to deal with it likewise. In other words, we have to rationalize using it. We have to be masters of technology and using it for our benefits and use, rather than the technology mastering us, or we become servants for the technology in such a way that it will be eating up our time, affecting our relationships, destroying our social life, sharing our privacy, and not having us as independent as we used to be in the past. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين الآثمين، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله رب العالمين، وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله الأمين. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين واجمعنا اللهم معه وفي زمرته وتحت لوائه يوم الدين واسقنا من يده الشريفة شربة هنيئة لا نظمأ بعدها أبدا اللهم آمين. So I just, probed with you the situation that we got, and we got to the level that phones are become so important part of our life and taking a lot of our time and sometimes affecting even our ibadat. Right now, as I'm speaking, I see a lot of people playing with their phones during the khutbah, which is something haram, illegal. That's here something you're destroying your khutbah, but it's happening. It's happening that people, mainly youth, by the way, they might be not able to resist the tendency to touch their phones and check the updates. According to some research that was done by the University of Glasgow at Britain, 61% of people check the internet, check the email at least once every hour. And forgot the percentage, a little bit less than that, they check it 30 to 40 times per hour. Small percentage of people. So it becomes really, it's taking over our life. One German journalist, he's now calling, he's not against technology or anything, he's not outdated or from those old generations. He is rather a fan of technology and everything, yet he is calling for what's so-called الصيام أو الحرمان التكنولوجي. He is literally calling for fasting, digital fasting or technological fasting, where he is calling for stopping the use of the internet or the technology in general for a while. He's suggesting a month, for 1 month. He tried it himself, and he said for the first, the couple of days in the beginning, he suffered some kind of headache, some syndrome of what he called the Hirman technology, or the technological deprivation, if you wish. He felt some kind of nervous because he's not able to have access to the internet as he used to, or check the internet or the email and so on. But then he got used to that with the time, and he said that I got much more time for myself and for my family after that. Other people, they would dispute that this point or this argument. They would have a counter argument that doesn't make any sense, since technology becomes part of our life nowadays. It does not make any sense to just isolate ourselves from it. But again, what we really need to do is ألا نسرف وكلوا واشربوا ولا تسرفوا, to have the balance, strike the balance. This balance is needed in anything in our life. When we eat, when we drink, when we love, when we even hate, when we do anything, we have to be balanced. We have to avoid, excessiveness. We have to avoid destroying our relationship or wasting our time or doing anything in excess. And definitely there are so many benefits for technology, and it can be used in so many ways in a positive way. But also, as I said, the way many of us are using it is drastically affecting our life. So let's rationalize using this to save our time. Let's have what's so-called the global digital dieting. Instead of spending that many hours every day with the technology, where you will be watching the TV while the iPad is in your hand and the phone is next to you, and you are surrounded by all of that. So let's have some kind of diet, save some time for ourselves, especially in vacations like this. We have a break right now, some time for your family, some time for yourself, some time to develop your skills and your own personal talents. That's something that's needed. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is telling us نعمتان مغبون فيهما كثير من الناس الصحة والفراغ. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is referring to those two blessings that everybody easily loses. Everybody. He said كثير من الناس. A lot of people easily lose. What is this? What are these two blessings? He said الصحة, health, والفراغ, you being healthy and you having a good time, a free time. So if you have time, do not just waste it because this is your life. You can definitely use the technology and be in charge of the technology rather than having the technology taken over your life and in some cases destroying your life. In some cases destroying the life, especially the marital life. نسأل الله عز وجل أن يوجهنا لكل خير وأن يعيننا عليه وأن يثبتنا عليه وأن يبصرنا بالحق وأن يرينا طريقه. Oh Allah, show us the truth and the haqq and the right way, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Oh Allah, give us the best of our life. Oh Allah, give us the best of our umr, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all our life ibadah for Him. May Allah make all of our life ibadah and worship for Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take us away from any extravagance or any israf or any waste of time or any waste of any ni'mah that He given us subhanahu wa ta'ala. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك يا مولانا سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. ربنا اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا وثبت على الحق أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم ألف بين قلوب المسلمين ووحد صفهم واجمع كلمتهم على الحق يا أكرم الأكرمين. اللهم ردنا والمسلمين إلى دينك مردا جميلا وارحم اللهم موتانا وموتى المسلمين واشف اللهم مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين يا رب العالمين. وتغمدنا برحمتك واجمعنا بحبيبك في أعلى درجات النعيم في الجنة يا رب العالمين. ومتعنا بلذة النظر إلى وجهك الكريم يا رب العالمين. وبارك اللهم لنا فيما أعطيتنا في أهلنا وأولادنا وأموالنا وصحتنا وعافيتنا وعلمنا يا رب العالمين. Oh Allah, give us the barakah, give us the blessing in everything that you've given us, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على عبدك ورسولك المصطفى ونبيك المجتبى محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. وأقم الصلاة إن الصلاة كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا.